Check. What's up, home crew? What's up, y'all? Anything anybody wants to do? Okay. Anyone else? Something hips is what we have. Maybe some IT band or some TFL IT band or some hamstrings. No requests? Calves?
Yeah.
Sure.
My parents' 90-pound Labrador Retriever ran into me at full speed last week, so I'm still recovering from hip full force of an animal.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I got to do the whole thing. It's trying to get me. It's trying to attack me. All right. I don't know. We'll see where it kind of goes. We'll get into the hips a couple different ways. We'll get into some TFL and IT band. One of the things that you want to make sure that you're not doing is hyperextending the knee. And if like, you'll see me up here practice today because I'm on the mat with y'all, but like, if you ever were to watch me like my back leg in like my warriors or my pars, I don't put my foot this way. I don't put the pinky toe side of my foot on the floor. I run it this way. So it looks like Tadasana. But you see it, like it's super ignited, right? But what it's gonna do is it's gonna keep my ankle in neutral, and that's gonna help me control the micro bend in my knee. As I bring my foot this way, because I lose the power, it makes my knee wanna hyperextend. So just bringing that foot to the inside edge is gonna help you. So what you could do if you're like learning that, you could work it against a wall. So you put your foot here against a wall, and then you'd be able to like, feel what it's like to hold that. Because it's not just loose, right? I gotta really like work that foot to then hold the ankle joint, right? I can't just let it go loose. But that's a little way to help control that. If that works for you, give it a try. If it feels good for you to keep the outside of your edge, it's not a right or wrong, right? What do I always tell you about manipulating things? If you can control it, manipulate it, right? If you can't control it, then keep it as neutral as possible. That in the end though is neutral. That's Tadasana in my foot, right? As compared to then kind of being on the angle. So it's gonna be easier for me to hold Tadasana. Make sense? So if that feels good, like give it a try. See if it'll help hold that space a little easier. You wanna make it all as efficient as possible because it's gonna get challenging, right? So that if we can make it a little easier, we want it. So here we go, take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up tall. Because knowing just about all your practices, it's not yoga 101 for you. You're not like placing the foot and squaring the toes forward. It's about learning the little tricks in the feet. What are different things that you can do to optimize the moment? You all have the shapes of the poses. It's what can I find deep in the pose that's going to help me move it forward? because you have all the other things. The deeper thought is where your practice is. Even here in the breath. You can listen to yourself breathe. You could work Ujjayi breath. And all that's in between. But you need to find where you need to be in this moment. So for some of us, just listening to our breath is going to feel good. Slowing down the beginning of the inhale, pushing more on the end of the exhale, counting out the breath. So if the inhale's 2 or 3 seconds, make the exhale 2 or 3 seconds. And climb it all the way up to Ujjayi breath, where the air rebounds off the back of the throat. Ujjayi breath, even though it's last here, because we have to build up to get to it, in the end, it's meant to make the breath a little easier because you're focused right here on this moment. The next inhale, let the arms lift. Let the exhale bring the fingertips and the knuckle pads to root as the heels of the hands lightly touch. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. Okay, let's start out in puppy dog. So puppy dog is going to be knees or hips are stacked up on top of the knees, arms are up overhead. Now this is the common tendency I see in puppy dog, this. It's got to be here. Pull those shutters closed. When you pull those shutters closed and you engage the abs, right, your abdominal wall there, you're going to feel now that instead of there just being a collapse between the shoulder blades, like north to south, now there's a lift, and you feel like you can reach out of the crown of the head. So the spine got nice and tall. The side body's got long here. And as you keep energizing the arms, so hugging the hands in, forearms and inner biceps lift up, head and throat slides back, so your head's off the mat. Now soften your chest towards the mat without losing those shutters, and you're going to feel it come up the arms. You're going to feel these lats here. You're going to feel the chest. Couple more breaths. But don't lose those shutters. It's going to be easy to lose them. Don't let it happen. One more breath. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind the hips. This is the common tendency. So we got to go here. Belly button to spine. Head and throat slides back. Chin to chest just a little bit so the gaze goes across your fingertips. Now start to breathe. Use that inhale, get that big expansion. On the exhale, feel that belly draw in. And then when you're ready, we're going to work the oscillating cat-cow. So you're going to inhale, take the hips up, back and around, and then you're going to take them forward and under. As they go up and back, you can look up. And as they come forward and under, you can look under. Let's go 5 one way. And we'll go 5 the other way. Nice and slow here. Clearing out that lumbar spine here. And then after your 5, come to that neutral position and then work 5 the other way. Link the breath to movement. Yep. after your 5, come to that neutral position. So find that flat back again. Pose is nice, right? Opens up. It's funny because like when I look at y'all, everybody's got like the same face. Almost everybody's eyes are closed. And we're all like, ah. I just clear. Think about where does a lot of shit hang on to, right? Right in that low back. And we got to like clear all this out so it just feels good. Sciatica, that's like a real good way to clear sciatica through the lumbar spine. And take a couple breaths. Pull that belly in, pull those shutters closed. Take the right hand behind your head. Inhale is going to take the elbow to the sky. Exhale is going to take it across to the eye of the opposite elbow. So we're working the twist. Inhale takes the elbow to the sky. Exhale, take it across the body. Now we just made all that space. So this should feel good now in that thoracic spine. Let's get 5 of these. Keep drawing the fingers into the back of the head, but pushing the back of the head up into the fingers. Now, this is my 5th one, so I'm going to lower the hand when you're ready. Lower that right hand and take the left hand behind your head. As you take the elbow to the sky, push that left knee down into the floor. So we make sure we keep these twists above the waist. Linking breath to movement. So 2 seconds to breathe, how long it's going to take the elbow to go to the sky, and how long it's going to come across the body. Now this is my last one. When you're done with your 5th, we'll meet in that all 4s. Take a couple breaths. When you're ready, step back to plank. Shoulders are on top of wrist crease and you're reaching out of your heels. And then when you're ready, lift the hips, come to downward dog. Now we worked that puppy dog, so we got a little bit of an idea what we're going to have to work in that upper body. But it'll be easier if you bend the knees. So if you want to bend the knees a little bit here, now it'll be a little easier to work the upper body. You're going to claw the floor. You're going to hug the hands in. You're going to keep the forearms and the inner biceps lifting up. You're going to slide the head and the throat back so that your cheeks are in line with your biceps, or your ears are in line with your biceps. Now, as you keep pushing the hands down and forward, pull the belly to spine, and the shutters closed, and then take the chest back towards the toenails. Now, there's the big opener that you feel again. Now start to pedal the heels. The right heel reaches down. Inhale, lifts it up. Exhale, left heel down. Inhale comes up. Right heel goes down. And let's work 5 each side. So this is number 2 for me on my side 2, wherever you're at. Feel that nice length from the hips down the back of the leg and out of the bottom of the heel. Now, this is my last one each side. When you're finished with yours, neutral position, that downward dog. Knees can be bent, legs could straighten. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Let's do 5. Keep it slow here. We'll meet back in downward dog. This is my last one. Wherever you're at when you're finished with your 5th one, we'll meet back in downward dog. From downward dog, reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Nice and high in the fingertips of the blocks. Right, my weight is in my legs. My fingers are just touching the blocks. I'm not trying to bear the weight into my hands and my arms, right? Put it into the legs. Charge those legs up by pushing down, hugging front to back and side to side. Then out of the legs, we're going to reach the heel back, the front knee forward. You get the front knee to reach forward by pulling the front heel back. And as the heel pulls back, then the knee reaches forward. Reach up out of the crown of the head. One more breath. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale the arms in front, plug them in, take them up overhead. Pull the belly in and the shutters closed. Let that right hand grab the left wrist. The inhale is going to reach up to the sky, and the exhale is going to go just a little bit to the right. You're going to root down into the legs. Breathe up again. Go a little bit deeper, and keep working that. Feel that nice stretch right from the inside of that left thigh. One more. And then on the inhale, come up. Exhale the hands down. Flip the blocks up. Lift the back knee. Slowly straighten the front leg. Square the left hip forward and down. Look forward. And then fold to the inside of that right leg. So now we're in the back of the leg here. And then we're in the front of the shin. From the knee to the ankle, or even to the toes, we're in the front. And then from the sit bone to the back of the knee, we're in the back. But keep that left hip squaring forward. Keep that spine tall. Even if you're folding here, keep looking forward here. Don't look to the middle of the mat. One more breath. And as you look forward, bend into the lead knee, lunge, place the hands down, downward dog. In the downward dog, pull the heels to the butt to the heels, so those hamstrings are engaged. Now start to reach from the hips down the back of the legs and out of the bottom of the heels. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. Pubic bone rooting into the mat, pulling yourself forward. Shoulders go back and down. Then after those 3 breaths, lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. And just make sure your hips width apart. We don't want to be too narrow. We don't want to be too wide. Start to push down, start to hug in. Even here, that right hip wants to peel away. If the heel drops in this way, it's initiating the peel. So keep the heel sweeping out towards the brick wall, the inner heel sweeping out. You'll feel the hip come forward. Keep pulling up. We worked like below the waist before. Now pull up from the pelvic floor, up through the belly and through the shutters. Keep that power. Even the forearms are hugging into the midline, so there's lots of power through the body. And then we express it out of the heel, out of the knee, out of the crown of the head, even side to side. Exhale, lowers the back knee. Start dragging the knee forward as you come up. Plug them in. And then let the left hand grab the right wrist. But the trick is to pull those shutters closed and then go just a little bit. Head and throat back, arms back. Yep. Go a little deeper. And keep playing here. Whew. Couple more breaths. And then your next inhale, come up. Exhale the hands down. Flip those blocks up. And then lift the back knee. And then slowly straighten the front leg. And then re-square the right hip forward and down. I feel like as soon as I square the hip, I feel it run down the front of the shin and down the front of the foot. That's where I tend to get a better connection. Now that's crazy. From your right hip peeling out, right? I'm losing a stretch on the front of my shin. But that's the body, right? That little song of like the ankle bones connected to the knee bone, or whatever the hell, that shit's real, right? It's not just like a cute little song, right? Shit's real. Now the hyperextension in that front, on both legs are going to try to be dominant here. Make sure there's a micro bend and pull the kneecaps to your waist instead of pushing them behind you. Next inhale, look forward, bend into that lead knee, lunge, hands down, downward dog. Take a couple breaths here in downward dog. See if you could stretch through the backs of the legs a little bit more. Let the inhale come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. 3 nice breaths. So you can stay low here. You come up a little bit higher if that feels good. Whatever your flavor is. Then after the 3, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Nice, y'all. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel. Walk the hands to the inside of that right foot. Then climb the elbow to the knee. Yep, root this thigh back before you come up, so stick your butt back on the left side. Now as you come up, let the arm plug in, sweep the bicep up along the cheek. Belly to spine, shutters are closed. You want to take that right hand down to the block of the floor. Feel free to extend the pose a little bit. What's going on with that back knee? I see a little hyperextension. Make that little micro bend. Yup, maybe start to rotate open. Inhale, come up, warrior 2. Reach through that back hand a little bit. Yup. Bring that gaze right over that middle finger. And breathe. Right sit bone to right heel. Keep the inside of the thigh opening here. And then exhale the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, lower back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. So here's where I walk my hands to the inside of that left foot. And when I spin my right heel down, I stick my butt back to the wall with the window and the door. Then climb the elbow to the knee. The arm comes in front as it plugs in. We sweep it overhead. You want to extend the pose, feel free. But don't let that left ear fall to the floor. Keep your right ear reaching up towards your bicep. Yes. Maybe even start to look up as you rotate top of the ribs back and the bottom of the ribs forward. Now push into that front heel. Inhale, come up tall. Keep that knee right on top of the ankle. Reach through the back hand a little bit. Pull that belly in. Pull those shutters closed. Now bring your gaze right over that middle finger. And breathe. One more breath. And then spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. Nice, y'all. Move through one vinyasa. Your breath. From downward dog, look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, big reach. And draw that belly in, lengthen those sit bones down. Reach up. Now curl back a little bit. Feel that peel off the pubic bone through the belly and the chest, the neck, your arms. Inhale. Left hand to your elbow. Let's get into those lats a little bit. Push your head back into your forearm. Yep. Then you can stand up tall. You can even draw the fingers up. Get that nice stretch in the back of the arm. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap side to. You didn't think it was going to be anything else today, did you? You had that sunshine yesterday, that's it. We're back to the gray skies again. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward, half fold. Balance the weight in the feet. Charge those legs up. Draw the fingers back towards your feet to pull your spine forward, and then go ahead and fold into that pose. Now we're in the back of the legs again. One of our areas that we're going to hit. But don't lose the engagement, right? We got to keep muscles engaged that we're stretching so that we stretch through the bellies and we don't just yank on the attachments. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Right hand to the outside of that left calf. Left hand to fingertips, block, hip, sky, whatever your flavor is. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Swap side two. So you could be fingertips, block, hip, sky. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up, big reach. Draw that belly, lengthen those sit bones, curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Triangle. Right leg forward, left leg back. Bend into that lead knee if you're not sure what your triangle distance is. Don't let that left thigh and left hip come forward. Take it back. Take the arms out to the side. Get nice and tall here. Keep rooting the left thigh back. Keep peeling up above your waist so you get really tall. When you're ready, hinge at the right side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the blocker, the floor. Inside the foot will be a little more accessible, a little more therapeutic. Behind the foot will be a little more challenging. It's not one better than the other. Everybody keep pushing that big toe mound down. Keep opening up that right side body. And then maybe try to rotate open a little bit. So you take the top of the ribs back, bottom of the ribs forward. You maybe even look up. Inhale, come up tall. Bend into the lead knee. Warrior two. Take the hands behind your back. Bow to the inside of that right thigh, humble warrior. Keep looking forward towards the front left corner of your mat. And maybe reach the arms up overhead here. Exhale, release the hands. Come back up to that warrior two. Push the front leg straight. Step forward. Nice, y'all. Swap side two. Another little challenge, step forward after those muscles are a little tired, right? Yeah, this time take that right thigh, take the right hip back, take the right ribs back. Arms come out to the side, we get tall here. The taller you get, the more you're going to be able to clear the hip. So now when you hinge at the left side of the hip, bring the hand down to the block of the floor. See, if you don't get tall, where are you going to hinge to? You're not. It's going to turn into a side crescent. We're not trying to side crescent here, right? We're trying to take that side bend here at the hip crease, not at the ribs. So we keep looking forward, like out in front of us, reaching the crown of the head towards like the front of the room. And then as the belly pulls in and the shutters close, that's going to get us tall again. Now we can use that space to rotate open. And then we can challenge the balance even by looking up at that right hand, up at your fingers. And then breathe. And then push into your front foot and come up tall on the inhale. Yep, then control it as you bend into that lead knee. Then as the hands go behind the back, if the left pinky was under, right pinky this time, the uncomfortable way. Bow to the inside of that left thigh, humble warrior. Look to the front right corner of your mat. That keeps the spine long when you look forward instead of the belly crunching. Maybe the arms go up overhead for that deeper stretch. and then release the hands. Come back up to that warrior two. Push the front leg straight, step forward. Let the thumbs catch the heart here. Let the eyes close. Take a few breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. Few of these. And then gently open the eyes, release the hands. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. If you want to stay static, you can hold this pose. If you want to work dynamic, each inhale, look forward. Get the spine to go long, fold into the pose. Next inhale, charge the legs. Get that spine to go long, fold into the pose. Next breath, you could doing all that again, and you're recognizing, oh, I'm getting a little bit further here. Maybe my fingers are getting closer to the floor. I could lower the block. Maybe I could take my palms flat. Whatever your flavor is. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, big reach. Exhale, hands in front. All right, we'll get into the outside of the hip a little bit with eagle. So we could play with the outside of the hip and a little bit of balance. And I think I did this, I don't know, a couple days ago or something, we all, right, if I remember. So always like to hit poses for a couple weeks, and that way we can try them a couple times. So the idea here is we're going to spread the toes on our left foot, and we're going to bend the knee. And we're going to take the right leg up, and we're going to cross it over the front. And we're going to tuck our foot behind. Whoops. See, I don't lie. I really just chuckle and go again, right? Here, tuck it behind. Now, we got to be opposite. So since our right knee is on top, it means our right arm has to be underneath. Yep. Now we want to sit back. Ugh. I chuckled on the inside. I keep sitting back. Yep. Keep that right sit bone going back more. Yeah. Keep pushing your hands together. Push down, rise up. Nice and tall. Exhale, hands in front. That's it, right? When you put it like, I say this all the time downstairs in Soma. I'm like, put it in like context of what you're doing, right? You're standing on one leg, the other one's crossed with the foot behind your calf, right? And then you're gonna wind your arms. Then you're gonna do shit like sit back and adjust one sit bone more than the other. Like put it in context. Of course we fall over sometimes, right? Think of the challenge you're putting yourself through. But that's exercise, right? And asana is exercise, positive stress. Come on, try side two. You're gonna have to initiate it back into your heel more. Because what happens if our heel isn't on? Our pelvic stabilizers aren't on. And being that we're about to stand on one foot, we want our pelvis to be stable, right? So the common tendency is gonna be like, if you look from the side, I'm gonna wanna go forward, right? And see the heel? It needs to be this way. Boop. Now the heel's heavy, and now I'm gonna keep this on. Come on, try side two. And then we'll talk it through. So bend into that lead knee. Take the left leg up, cross it over. If you have to manually hook it, manually hook it. It counts. Yeah. Now with the left leg over the top, we got to go to left arm under. Yep. Now, feel how your heel is light? We got to get the heel heavy. So sit your butt back. Now all of a sudden you can't lift your heel, but you could almost move your toes a little bit. Sorry. Right? Now keep sitting back. Yes. Yes, these look beautiful. You feel that come back up into the hips? That's going to be the stability and the power. Here we go, one more breath. Now push down, rise up, nice and tall. And then exhale, hands in front. Nice, y'all. You feel that all out here, right? All right, set the feet. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up. Big reach. Draw that belly, lengthen those sit bones. Curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. One more longer hold here in forward fold. Back of the leg some more. Whole back line, right? That's why it's so important to not just crunch at the belly and let the upper back round right away, because we're trying to lengthen this whole line. And the more we hip hinge, the better length we're going to get out of it. The more the belly crunches, the less we're going to get out of it. Now, there's a point at the very end when you can't go anymore. That's when you want to go ahead and let that upper back go. And then dive deep into that pose. One more breath. Then bend the knee, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Work through your vinyasa 3 times, so flow a little bit here. Another challenge. After your 3, we'll meet back in downward dog. And then from downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Grab a drink, wipe your face, child's pose, Vajrasana. You want to stay here and open up the feet a little bit. Yep, just take a little breather. Nice full breath in, nice complete breath out. Couple more breaths. Let's give a little balance to all that work we just did. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. While we're here, turn those hands out. Now, we talked about not wanting to hyperextend the knees today. The elbow joints are going to want to do the same thing. So make sure you're bending your elbows or trying to bend them into your waist. If you need to, you're going to bring your knees another inch forward, and that'll help you bend a little bit easier. But everybody, pull those belly buttons in towards the spine. Yeah, so our butts aren't flying to the sky. Slide the head and the throat back. And then inhale, unwind, sit back on those heels. Give that little spin. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, take a breath. When you're ready, step back to plank. And downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Come forward, right knee towards left elbow. Kick the leg out to the side. Push the hands forward. Take the hips up and back. So start pushing back, like leave your leg out to the side, but push back like you're pushing a downward dog. Now drag the leg back to the right. And there's that TFL and IT band. Remember, if you're not tight in the TFL and IT band, you feel this more like from your outside of your knee to your ankle bone. Inhale, unwind, reach that leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Lower it down. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Come forward, left knee towards right elbow, kick the leg out to the side. Push back towards downward dog, and then drag that leg back to the left. And there's that nice stretch. Keep breathing here.
Nice, y'all. Inhale, unwind. Reach that left leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Lower it down. Come forward to plank. Slowly lower to your bellies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Right hand underneath your chest. Bend your left knee. Reach back, grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. I like forehead to forearm because that's going to be the most neutral. But if you like to stay up here in the prep, you certainly can. If you want to lower your forehead to your forearm, go for it. Everybody hug your knees into the midline. Pull your belly button to your spine. Push your pubic bone into the yoga mat. Sit bones to the backs of the knees, junk to the mat, however you want to think about it. Then start to draw your heel towards your sit bone. There's that nice quad stretch. Remember, it's all about neutralizing the pelvis, so don't just do it once. Keep checking into belly button to spine, pubic bone to the mat. And you're going to notice every time you do that, the quad stretch gets better. Then watch the boing. Swap the hands. Swap the legs. And then we hug in, that's adduction. And then neutralization of the pelvis is belly to spine, pubic bone to the mat. And then stretching the quad a little deeper is heel to the sit bone. And then check back in. Belly to spine, sit bones down again. Maybe I do that a few times. And then watch the boing as you release. All right, place the hands middle of the chest. Curl the toes. Take those shoulders back. Fire up that core. Push up the chaturanga. Push up the plank. Push back to downward dog. Roll to the outside of the right foot. Stack the left foot on top or in front. Come into side plank. You want to go Kapha-Jalasana, left knee to your chest, hand to the ankle or the foot, hug the knees to the midline, curl back, kick that leg back. Release the leg if it's there. Everybody inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog, take a breath. I'll show you the back side on this one. Roll to the outside of the left foot, stack the right foot on top. So see here, I'm turning that bicep forward to root into my upper back. Now here, if you want to go Kapha-Jalasana, you're hugging the knee. See how I'm curling back into that left shoulder. And then I'm kicking the leg back. And then release the leg if it's there. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, pigeon. That's it. Right knee nice and wide to the right edge of your mat. Now, just stay here in the prep for a couple breaths. Keep pushing out of the big toe mound. Keep pushing the knees down. Keep hugging the knees in. Pull the pelvic floor up. Now, take your left hand onto the ball of your foot. Push like it's a gas pedal. Hug your knees in. Yep. Now lift that front knee up and move it back an inch or two. Now hug your knees in again. Now lift your back knee up and move it back an inch or two.
There it is. Now it's deeper in the back of the hip, right? Like all here. Now if you want to fold, pull the pelvic floor up all the way. That's root chakra. Take it up through the crown. And then go ahead and fold in the pose. If you need to do that adjustment again. You put the hand on the foot. You push out like a gas pedal. You hug the knees in. You lift that front knee up, move it back an inch or two, hug in, then lift the back knee up, move it back an inch or two. And that's an easier way to kind of like open the pose instead of trying to pull your shin to the front of the mat. Now keep that spine activated because the common tendency is the upper back's going to want to round. Don't let it just do that. A couple more breaths. And then inhale, come up, place the hands, take a breath. When you're ready, lift the hips, unwind that right leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then exhale, lower it down. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, pigeon. Side 2. And then we'll hold the prep. The prep is just here where you stay up a little higher. You're just letting the body kind of accept this for a few breaths, right? We don't want to force anything because we're going to take the stretch a lot deeper when we adjust, right? So here we just let everything settle for a couple breaths. Now, if you want to move back a little bit, you're going to take your right hand onto the left ball of your foot. You're going to push like a gas pedal. That shoots energy up into the knee joint, so we protect the knee. Then we hug in. Then lift your front knee up and move it back just an inch or two. Hug back in again. Then lift the back knee up and move it back an inch or two. And then if you want to fold, control it as you go down. Right? Fold and collapse have two different definitions. Fold means we can control it. We want full control here. Don't lose that activation from the foot right up the leg into the hip. Both legs. It's easy to lose that like front knee pushing down and drawing back and that back knee pushing down and drawing forward. But that's the foundation. So you got to really hang on to that. Nice opener here in the back of the hip, down the back of the leg. One more breath. And when you're ready, inhale, come up, place the hands, take a breath, lift the hips, unwind that left leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, lower it down. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. And then exhale the hands in front. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. We'll do it kind of quickly here. If you're at home and you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your mat, knees bent, and then interlace the hands behind the thighs. You reach the heel up to the sky, take a bunch of breaths, and then you can swap into side 2. If you are at home or you're in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you, okay? So I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose. If you want to stick with me, stick with me. If you want to go on your own, handstand, headstands, tripods, pinches. We did a bunch of shoulder stuff today, so whatever you want to mess with, feel free. Okay, go on your own. So if you're going to stick with me, let's go all fours, hands and knees. Feet are touching the wall. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. All right? So from all fours, take a couple breaths. Set it up. Nice solid all fours that we always do. Take a breath or two. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips. Come to a short downward dog. If you feel comfortable, step one foot up the wall and then the second. So now it will be safer on your back if you kick the pincha first.
What is that?
So pincha's like where you're looking under this way and your legs are up to the wall. And then look forward. So you go from neutral spine, then into extension, instead of kicking up into extension. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just don't know what the first pose looks like without it.
Denise, you going up into pincha, Maya? Yeah. Here it is. So see there, neutral spine, then we can look forward. Yeah, because let's say the littlest thing goes wrong and you're kicking with all the power of your legs, it's gonna go right here.
So I'm looking behind me.
In pincha first. Then you look forward to go into scorpion. It's awesome, yeah. It's just like, it's a way for me to slide in the sneaky therapeutics, right? Like start neutral spine, and then you'll get two poses. So now go chest to the middle of the room. There's pincha. Now you would look forward. Keep going. Yes, chest to the bricks. Bend the knees. Yes, 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 yes. Keep looking forward. Yeah. So see how you go, see how you worked from neutral spine, then into the extension. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like it's happening more into the
Yeah, because when you kicked, it forced it into the low back. Yep. So we're just geeking out over here. I'm like kicking up like scorpion, okay? Not something we were working on. I said we didn't do a lot of back bends, but that's in her practice, right? So accessible. But we were talking about kicking up into pincha first because pincha's neutral and then working to the extension of the back bend, right? It's just gonna make it more accessible for everybody. It's also gonna keep that lumbar spine safe too.
I thought scorpion and pincha were the same thing. That's why.
Yeah, now they're a little different, yeah. So let's go about another 30 seconds or so, okay? If you're about to kick up, go for it. And then let's meet on our backs. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. You can feel your heels. Sacrum is flat, head and shoulders are back. I'll talk you into two back bends. All right, first we'll go bridge, then we'll go wheel. All right, here we go. Nice and charged up, nice and neutral. Then when you're ready, lift the hips. Bridge. Keep the inner thighs working in and down. So the thighs, the tops of the thighs are still back. Y'all are strong, and you're gonna wanna over squeeze your glutes and fire your hips to the sky, and it's gonna be too much. And you're gonna force the front of the thighs, the tops of the thighs to go forward, and we need them to stay back. So be careful how much engagement you're putting into the glutes. We interlaced the hands today, so if you wanna do that shape, that's been with us. And then to express this pose, we're gonna reach the knees forward, the upper power of the mouth back. And then keep the engagement as you lower down. See if you get that sacrum to land flat or your waistband. And then go feet wide, knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. This next one, I'll talk you into wheel. Those of you that want to go a little bit deeper into the back bends. If you want a whole bridge, awesome. You want to go wheel, same awesome. All right, inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides. If you're not sure where the knees are stacked up on top of the ankles, feel your heels. That's where what you're measuring to get knees on top of ankles. And then head and shoulders are back with that sacrum nice and flat. When you're ready, lift the hips. If you're gonna interlace the hands behind the back, swap the hands. If you're gonna go wheel, place the hands wide to the edges of your mat, turn your hands out. Plug your shoulders back, push down to come up. Maybe pump your heart towards the wall you're looking at.
Slide those shoulders on the back even deeper. One more breath. And then stay engaged as you lower down. Feet go wide, knees touch. If your right hand was on your heart, left hand, opposite hand to your belly. And then open the knees and windshield wiper side to side. Come to neutral when you balance both sides. Hug your right knee to your chest. Take the left hand to the outside of the foot. Take the heel to the sky. Keep the right hip down. Take the leg to the left. There's your TFL IT band again. You want to go further, slide the left leg straight so the back of the leg roots to the floor. Roll towards the left hip. Keep the right shoulder rooted down for the twist. Bend the knee. Inhale, come back to center. Lower the foot to the floor. Hug the left knee to your chest. Take your right hand to the pinky toe side. Pull on the foot as you kick it up to the sky. Keep your left hip down. Take the leg to the right just a little bit. Here we are, TFL IT band. You can stay here. You'll stay on TFL IT band to go into the twist, but it's going to put something else into it, so you might lose this. So if you want to stay dominant here, stay here. If you want to hit the twist, take the right leg straight, back of the thigh to the floor, roll towards that right hip. Take the leg out to the side. If the left shoulder peeled up, breathe up and out of your waist, and then as you twist that left shoulder back to the mat, feel that root start to take place, or that re-root. Bend the knee. Inhale, come back to center. Release the foot. Take both legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Reach the arms and the legs, and then hug those knees to your chest. Final pose, happy baby. Ananda Balasana. You can rock side to side. You can reach one leg out, both legs out. Whatever feels good to you. But keep that sacrum flat. Keep those knees wide, wider than your shoulders. And when you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'll talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation that you like. And here as we lay back, we let the legs stretch out and the feet gently roll open. We let the arms come along the sides. And as the shoulders settle back, the palms turn open to the sky. We let our head rest back. Maybe we let our eyes close and our tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. Because now it's time to let our body get heavy, to let go, to submit, to let the mind soften so it turns back to the breath, to let the heart open, to welcome the practice, to get ready to move the practice from the mat to the yoga of life. Where the yoga continues. It just manifests in a new way. It's in everything that we do. The way you consciously move through your day. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feeling the breath wash over your body, toes to fingers, crown of the head through the heart, reawakening that better version of ourself. As the fingers and the toes wiggle, at the arms and the legs stretch or reach, move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest and just roll to the right side. You can push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. One more time to seal in our practice, our time together with our Kula, our yoga family. Together, the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work, and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You tried to hide it. Happy birthday, dear Jen. Happy birthday to you. It's better from the corner than right here. Okay. Right here, like, ah! Happy birthday. Awesome. Home crew, good to see everyone. You'll know if you need me, grab me before you go. I could have laid in that Shavasana for like an hour. I felt myself like going into it, and I was like, nah, I got to come out of this. I nap every day. Almost.
But I feel like I don't always feel like I need a nap in the morning.
I hear that. I hear that. I'd say just about every day. Maybe like a half an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah, almost every day.